How do you recruit the right board members to complement your board? For you to run a successful organization, for you to successfully achieve the mission of your organization, you need a powerhouse team. And building a powerhouse team means you need to be able to recruit the right board members to complement your board. People with the right skills, people with the right experience, people with the right mindset to be able to support you in this mission that you've been called to. So how do you recruit then? I'm going to be walking you through the 8-step process to recruit the right board members to complement your team. The very first step of the process is the board audit. Board audit is focused on identifying the gaps within your present board so that you know the exact kind of people, the exact skill set you need to bring in to complement your board. You're not just filling up seats, you're bringing in people that can help you build your organization, work with you to achieve the mission of your organization. So it's very important you start with an audit so that you know who you're bringing in. The next step of the process is the board recruitment planning. Now that you know who you're bringing in, we have to plan the step-by-step process to bring these people in. Where to find them, how to recruit them, the materials you need, the timeline, the budget or whatever it's going to cost you to bring these people in. What's the unique value proposition of joining your board? You need to be able to define all these out before going into the board outreach. The next step of the process is developing the materials you need to run the recruitment. There are various materials: the board application form, board recruitment pack, board outreach content, the interview questions, scheduling link for the interviews, board manual, board agreement. Lots of these materials, you need to have them ready before you even go into the process, and you need to make sure they are properly branded with the organization's logo and colors to show professionalism. With that done, you can then launch out your board outreach. Like I will always say, you go where the people you're looking for are. If you're looking for Christians, you have to go to churches. If you're looking for Muslims, you have to go to mosque. So you have to go where the people are to be able to recruit them. The fifth step of the process is vetting and interviewing. Once you launch your board outreach, of course, people will begin to apply. As they apply, you have to be able to vet these people with other board members and then invite them in for an interview. This is where you get to ask them questions to ensure they are properly aligned before agreeing to bring them in. And after the interview, you're not providing an unconditional offer, you're providing a conditional offer based on when they pass through the background and the reference check. Because now that people are online, people can wear masks. You need to make sure you're bringing in people with the right reputation, people who say they are what they are before you move on to invite them into the board. So the background check and reference check can help, especially if you work with people who are like children and parents and older people, vulnerable population. The next step of the process is then to onboard them once they pass through the background and reference check. I can give you more insight on how to do background check for free. The onboarding process is where you get to explain the commitment, explain the responsibilities, explain everything that has to the expectations from board members. And then at the end of the process, you have to get them to sign the board agreement saying, I'm willing to commit to these expectations, these commitments, and these responsibilities before you invite them into the first introductory call. So you have to be able to follow this process. Like I'd always say, the quality of board members you bring in is as important as the process you take them through. By simply just inviting them in, you're most likely going to get them disengaged in no time. But by taking them through this process, you can ensure their commitment. And they joining your board is not doing you a favor. It is you building a team where everybody has to participate, and it's an opportunity for them. So you have to be able to frame it that way. If you're looking to go through this process, we can't help you because I see a lot of founders getting this process wrong. And then you have them putting our board recruitment outreach, and over the next 1 week, 2 weeks, they have only 3 people applying. We've helped so many founders like that. If we help you, we can assure you that in the next 2 days, you didn't have over 50 people applying for your board role. And more than that, we're going to help you. First of all, show you how to execute each step of the process. We're going to train you so that you know how to execute this process. You being a founder or a leader, this is something you're going to keep doing as long as you keep running non-profits. So you need to learn the process so that you can be able to replicate it anytime you want to do so. We'll also help you develop your board recruitment pack so that we're able to define what's the unique value proposition of joining your board, the key areas, how to bring in these board members. The step-by-step process will all be defined out for you, including your board outreach message. This is very important so that you are communicating right and you're getting the right people to apply. And then we also launch out your outreach to our different media channels, our LinkedIn, our social, Facebook, and other across our different platforms, including our non-profit board match group, where we have thousands of volunteers, thousands of professionals who are seeking to join boards across Facebook and LinkedIn. Aside that, we also launch out your outreach to our database, our email of professionals who've reached out to us saying they want to join boards. We have them in their numbers who are looking to give back by joining boards across the entire United States. We'll launch your outreach on these platforms. I will also show you how to launch your outreach across your own platforms so that we can magnify your reach and have loads of people applying that you can choose from. And then lastly, of course, we'll get to train you on how to interview these board members and onboard them so that you do this process right. If you're ready to get started, use the link below to book the onboarding call where we all go through this process together. I'll show you each step of the process, give you the tools you need to be successful. But again, if you're a self-starter and you're looking to go into this process yourself, you just need the tools, you need the explanations on how to execute each step of the process. You can get our do-it-yourself execution toolkit. It not only contains the toolkits and instructions to recruit new board members, it also includes instructions to reactivate your present board if they are disengaged. It also shows you how to plan with these new board members and your old board members through strategic planning, including a facilitation template, shows you how to delegate responsibilities to each board member so that you all can start executing as a team, which we also have instructions for. So get this toolkit or book your onboarding call. Let's get you started as soon as possible. I look forward to seeing you succeed.